welcome to week 26 of Walk the Plank, the Perry Athletic Department podcast that will take a deep dive into the week that was Perry Athletics, and we get to preview our state wrestling tournament. We've got pretty much a wrestling show today. We're going to have all 6 of our state qualifiers on and our girls head coach and boys head coach here at Perry High School as far as wrestling goes. So an exciting weekend of district wrestling last weekend. We'll recap it with all of our state qualifiers here today, but I'm joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Winters. Thanks for being here, Gene.
Yeah, no problem. Like you said, another exciting week. You get all the kids down there, they survive in advance, and you get to go for a state championship.
Here we go. We got 6 of them going down to Columbus, so it'll be an exciting weekend. We're having a clap out on Thursday at 2:30. We'll get the band and the cheerleaders and the whole 9 yards, and then they're taking off for Columbus, get to work out at Ohio State on Thursday night. Weigh in on Friday, and here we go. So we're joined here by our 2 girls that will be heading to Columbus. Let me get Gigi Dominish and Abby Cornwell their food after this weekend, girls, right? After this weekend. You get your box combo at Cane's and your free meal deal at the Perry DQ. So congratulations once again. You guys are back as state qualifiers, back-to-back years for both of you. You guys were both down there last year. Gigi finished 3rd, Abby 7th last year. Last week at districts over at Mentor High School on Sunday. Just take us through, and you guys, we'll start with Abby. Finished 2nd on the day, qualified for state. What was your day like, Ab, in terms of just the whole, how many times you have to wrestle, the emotions of it all, and how did it feel once you qualified for that state berth?
It was pretty fun. The first few matches were fun. Just getting out on the mat. I wasn't feeling my best, still kind of feeling under the weather.
Okay.
So definitely wrestling under the weather is a little difficult, but still a lot of fun. My last match was rough. I was going up against a girl that knows a little bit more freestyle. She's able to catch me in a little bit more things. So
Okay.
just, and going over that after practice and stuff is going to be where I can fix that and do better.
Well, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on, again, back-to-back years of state qualifying. Not an easy thing to do, obviously, so congrats on that, and we're looking forward to this weekend.
Thank you.
Gigi, how about you?
It was really just about getting my nerves off the first match.
Yeah.
So once I got the first match out of the way, I felt good throughout the day. And then at the second match, it was tougher because it had been a girl that I've seen all year. Saw her at Madison. I saw her at Carrollton.
Yep.
And then third match, lost 10-3. I took it as I just have to keep going. Like, it's a loss. I'm going to get them, and I have to keep going, keep moving from it because it's really going to matter when I get to state.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I kept going, kept moving. And then fourth match, won. I don't know if it was tech fall or pin. I don't know, but or it was by time or decision or something.
Okay.
But I know I won that match. And then for my third place match, I won by pin, second period, and I just kept going, kept moving. She shot, sprawled, took her down.
All right. And you're, again, back-to-back years for state qualification for you. What do you guys remember about that experience from last year being down there? And will this year be different because you've had that get the nerves out of the way type of feeling down once you walk through that tunnel into, the state tournament where you'd be competing? Will this year be a little bit easier from that standpoint?
Oh, for sure, definitely. And, when me and Gigi got interviewed at districts, I was even saying this, last year was my first time ever at, a big tournament like that. So definitely going this year with the understanding of what it's going to be like, it will definitely help me, I feel like, and it will definitely help, get in my mind what it's going to be like. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
And what do you see as maybe the biggest hurdle? Is it the draw? Is it getting back down to Columbus? Is it the being in an arena? What do you see as maybe the biggest hurdle that you're going to have to get over to have success down there?
Honestly, I think it really just has to do with myself. Gotta keep a good mindset, gotta keep a good headspace, because that's key. And just putting everything out on the mat this year and just really focusing on just doing my best, not caring about placement, just wrestling. That's all I've really ever wanted to do, and that's all I've been doing. And as long as I keep doing that, I think I'm going to do good.
All right, how about you, Gigi?
I like what Abby said, I really do. I think it's going down there, just having fun. I mean, that's what I did last year. I went to OAC State, and it
Yeah.
was very similar, so it made it like quite easy for me to adjust. And I'm excited because anytime we go down there, I always have fun. It's always like it's just a lot of fun, and I think it's dialing in what you know, trusting your work, going down there, and showing what you know, showing what you've learned, showing off what your school does.
And our girls' wrestling numbers are up here in Perry, middle school, youth, high school, but they're up across the state as well. So that's making it a little bit tougher, right? It's made the competition's stepping up a little bit. What does it mean to see the sport of girls wrestling really sort of explode, for lack of a better word, over the last 3 to 4 years? Really, it's sort of taken off.
Oh, it's incredible. Just watching all these girls just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was crazy because like my first year wrestling, I remember going to tournaments and there was only like 2 girls.
Yeah.
In total. So going out there, my 8th grade year and having like full on girl tournaments, it was great. And just there's just girls like that are first years and they're going to state, and it's just like, oh my goodness, like
Yeah.
what are they doing? So
Yeah.
it's just like it's really fun to watch all like these, not even just like our team like growing,
Yeah.
just like other girls growing at different schools and just like being able to show off how they interpret wrestling.
Awesome.
And for both of you guys to go down to Columbus, to come back as state champions, what do you have to do while you're down there to make sure that you have, not that last year wasn't successful, take that next step where you might get a second or come back with the championship? What needs to happen for you to come back here with hardware?
I feel like last year I could have definitely done better. I only lost by a point, and I can't really remember what I lost to in my other match. But it's definitely just thinking a little bit better in matches. Definitely not picking top when I could probably get a takedown instead, and not just have 1-0. So that's definitely something I've been thinking about, and definitely thinking a lot better about my options in matches.
You need to be able to trust what you know, trust what you've learned. I like to overthink a lot and say, if I do this, she might do that. So I
Yeah.
have to be able to set shots up, get them in, get the takedowns in, and it's mainly focusing on that I'm trying to work something, but it doesn't mean that she isn't.
Right,
Okay.
and just keeping that intensity. You gotta keep going. And it's not, the match not's over until you're off the mat and you're
Yeah.
done. So
Every second counts down there,
Right,
right? Every
right.
second. All right. Well, girls, we will not put you through. You've answered all of our questions in the past in terms of get to know you, so we won't put you through that. The only question I have, Coach Bezig and I were actually talking just before we went on air. Here, the one question I have for both of you: can you guys? We were debating. Can you write your name in cursive?
ooh, I can
Realistically,
try.
no.
I can try.
You could try. So that it was sort of a random thing that came up. I was signing a few forms, and Chance was over there, and he's like, "Oh, I can sign my name in cursive, but I think it stopped with our juniors because I know my daughter cannot sign her name in cursive." So it was just sort of, I was just curious.
I remember the little books they gave us, and they'd have
Yeah.
us write our name in cursive in first grade, and it had an orca on it.
Yeah. All right. So we don't really practice cursive anymore, I guess,
No.
is the
Not
bottom
at
line.
all.
So elementary they do still. Coach Dominish confirmed that. That's good. It makes me feel better that they were still doing something with cursive. So we're going to flip it on you a little bit, and we'll get you guys out of here. We're going to see how well you know your coach.
Oh,
and
man.
we've asked her some questions prior to this to see if you guys can match them up. Now, Gigi might have an
Yeah,
advantage
this is not
Maybe.
fair.
since she lives with her coach and is her daughter. But let's go through some of these Coach Dominish answered questions here. What is her favorite food?
Oh.
Wait.
Okay.
I want to say sushi, but that's probably not it. It's gotta be something from the Marble Room.
Oh my gosh. I have no idea. If I'm gonna
Chicken.
take it, yeah, that was gonna be my guess.
You're on there. What did you say?
Chicken.
Chicken. Well, you're right with the Marble Room. I was thinking steak. Steak
That's
is the
what I was
answer.
thinking.
Steak. Favorite movie or TV series?
Oh my gosh.
I'll go there. It's a TV series.
the series.
Yeah.
Can I get a
It's not Stranger
genre?
Things. Is it
Uh,
Stranger Things?
What would you
not
say
Stranger
that genre is? I don't even know.
I wouldn't say.
Medieval?
Yeah. You
All right,
can
so
go that
I got
way.
a couple
Wait,
guesses.
wait,
I
wait,
don't
wait.
know.
Is it oh, I forgot the name.
It's probably
They're
within
all on
the
Netflix.
last
Like
8 years or so.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
that's what I
There we go. There we
She
go.
got it.
There we
Gigi
go.
got
It's
it.
not
All
on
right,
Netflix.
we broke the ice there. You got one. Hobby outside of coaching wrestling.
Canning.
You're on the right
I would
track.
say- I would
Homesteading was the answer she gave us.
Wait,
So
what is that?
Being-
doing things
I
at
took it
home.
as doing things, right,
Canning.
exactly.
Okay.
Taking care of.
You got some animals
You-
running around
Yeah.
there, right? You got some
Okay.
other
All
things
of
going
you-
on.
yes.
Food, yeah. Favorite saying to the team.
I believe in you.
Okay.
She does say that a lot. I feel like you gotta go. I believe in you. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't be late to practice.
Oh my god.
It's a good one.
Never mind.
If she could go anywhere in the world, where is she heading?
The Netherlands.
That's probably a good answer, but it's Florida or anywhere warm, which I understand after a long winter season why
Get
she
me outta
feels
here.
that way. So
I swear we
there
had a
you go.
conversation where you said we would not go down there. I feel like
Well,
It was a
anyway, that good call. Mr. Winters put this together and reached out to the coaches. So I like the little flip of the game here. Girls, anyway, you didn't do fabulous there. You got a couple, but we know you're going to do better this weekend, and that's all that matters. We wish you nothing but the best of luck this weekend down in Columbus, and we'll update everybody. Follow us on Twitter, Perry_Pirates. We'll be down there updating you guys on your trek throughout the state tournament. So best of luck this weekend, ladies.
Thank
you so
you.
much.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Gigi Dominish, Abby Cornwell, Perry Girls Wrestling, back to state tournament for these two, and exciting times.
Yeah, and that's the part. You get to go back-to-back years, as they talked about. The nerves are out now. They know what to expect, and now you get in there, and you get to go and just wrestle your match, play
Yes.
your game, and come out successful.
Absolutely. Coach Trent, do you want to go, or do you want to have these guys go? What do you want to do? I know you got to.
Are they going two at a time?
Yeah. What do you think?
I guess we'll go.
Okay. Coaches can go. Come on up. Coach Trentinelli, Coach Dominish,
Hey, guys.
welcome to the show.
Thanks for having
Appreciate it. Congratulations. Coach Dominish, we'll start with you.
Oh.
Thanks. I'm
Thank you.
making a mess here.
Yeah.
Getting the two girls back to state, same, doing it 2 years in a row. Obviously, there's probably a little inherent pressure there, or expectations, whatever you want to call it. How good does it feel to get those two, back down there and ready to go this weekend?
It feels great. Really good.
I was going to ask for you. You kind of touched on it last week when we had you on. Your draw maybe was kind of what you were thinking, maybe not. As it played out, you had four girls that went that made it to the districts. Did it kind of play out how you thought when you were with us last week, or were you expecting maybe a third member or a fourth member?
It was. I was really hoping that Eva was going to qualify. I knew that it was all going to be dependent on how she was feeling. She's been having some issues with her knee, and it did not play out in our favor. So that was disappointing. I know she was disappointed, and at the end of the day, you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
So you've got to, when you're dealing with certain injuries, if you can't put the time in on the mat to properly prepare, you're not going to get the outcome that you need.
And so Eva ends up sixth at district. She graduates. So unfortunately, like you said, that just didn't go our way. Her sister Emily also qualified for district. So the good news with Emily, she's got some time left here. She's got another couple years for her goal to get down to the state tournament. So, and I know our numbers, like I talked with the girls, they keep growing. Our numbers keep growing. So we're going to keep having shots. How are the draws looking for the two state qualifiers that we do have? So we have Abby and Gigi going. I haven't had a chance to look at anything. And sometimes maybe we overthink that or overlook that, or maybe place too much pressure on that. But how are they feeling about going this weekend down to states?
Well, I've looked at their brackets.
Yeah.
Neither of them
Yeah.
do, and I don't want them to.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
it's going to be an uphill battle. Both of them, for the girls, it's very different for the girls than for the boys. Typically, your top 5 in any weight class for the girls are truly your elite wrestlers, and everything below that is, they're still developing, they're still coming along. So, when you look at Gigi and Abby, they're right there in the top 5, and so everybody above them, it's a battle.
Yeah.
And they're good battles, and that's what I like, is that Abby and Gigi can go toe to toe with any of those girls. And so I always look at it as, at the end of the day, it's going to be who put in more work, and also their mental mindset. That is huge when it comes to that big of a stage. How are you mentally prepared? If you are the slightest bit nervous, if you are just not quite on it, if you're worried about who that is across from you or what their record is, that all gets into your brain, and you have to be able to put all of that out of your mind, and like Abby said, just go out there and wrestle.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's what really plays into it, and that's something that you don't know. That's an unknown factor with any of those top level girls. They could come out, be having a bad day, they could be in their head,
Yeah.
and that gives our kids the upper hand.
And going back to states again for both of them, going down there again, are you going to do anything different with the girls down there? Are you trying to keep it the same? Obviously, it's a reoccurring experience now for them. It's not something new. So do you try to change it up a little bit to maybe ease them, get their nerves down, anything like that?
No, I think now that they've both been there, and like Gigi said, she's done this in middle school, and now she's done it in high school. Once I think you've gone, the nerves are definitely going to be there,
Sure.
regardless. But I think now that they've gone, it's going to be easier for both of them to focus and get to work and know, okay, they can block out the noise of how big it is and all the lights and all the people, and and focus on what they need to do. So I don't really think much will change. Last year Matt and I really tried to keep it fun for the girls, walking down through the tunnel, making that a cool experience for them, taking pictures of them walking through the tunnel, things that they will always remember, because you never know if you're going to have the opportunity to go down again or not. So those are the kinds of things that we want to repeat, making sure that it's a memorable experience for them in a good, positive way, regardless of the eventual outcome.
Oh, that's awesome. It's so true. Like, you can't take anything for granted. As far as the, state qualifying goes, injuries happen all the time. There's different things. So I'm sure that's a message to all of our kids. Enjoy this experience, whether it's your senior year, your freshman year, because you never know when it could happen again. All right, Coach Trent, on the boys' side, we sent 9 qualifiers on to the district meet. From sectionals, we were sectional champs. We upset Buckeye over at Kenston. We head back to Kenston for the districts last week, and we get 4 out with 2 alternates. We had 2 fifth-place finishers as well. And then we end up winning the Division II district championship, which we have not done in maybe ever.
I don't think we've ever
I
done
think
it.
D3.
We've won D3.
Now we've won D2.
Yeah.
So congratulations, number one. How did it happen, and what was the excitement of the day, or what are you going to take away from that experience?
I think our kids came focused but wrestled loose. They can be loose, and then they could get down there and get down to business once they line up on that line. I look at a lot of kids from other schools, and they're pacing back and forth for hours before their matches, and I look at our kids, they're throwing a football around in the auxiliary gym, trying to get warmed up, and then they go out there, and they're much more cool and not so uptight, and it was nice to see them kind of wrestle loose and just let it all out there and not worry about winning or losing, just worry about wrestling and doing your best. So it was nice, and every wrestler contributed to that win, which was great. We were down and we were up between West Geauga, Buckeye, and St. V's, and Towards the end there, it was relatively close, and we had a really good finals where those teams either had a poor finals or average, not enough to catch up to us. And I just think our guys' focus just was great. And I don't think that anyone was really worrying about the team score.
Yeah.
We were just trying to get guys out, and it just worked itself out that way.
Yeah. It's great.
And as you're watching the team have success, what's going through your mind is are you trying to strategize a little bit to make sure that you're going in that right direction? You're getting your guys to advance, or how does that mindset play as the team's having success and it's going in the right direction that you want?
I think once you get to a certain point in that tournament, less is a little bit more. You let the kids do their thing. You're supportive and you remind them with a good warm-up, make sure they're eating, remind them of things. But you let them do their thing as far as warming up, preparing mentally, and because every kid's different, and you kind of let them just fly, and they've all been wrestling for a real long time. This isn't like their first rodeo in this type of competition, and they have found success doing it their way sometimes, and so I kind of let them do it that way. And it works out for this group of kids. Might not work for every group, but it works out for this group.
And we're going to interview all four of our state qualifiers here coming up, but let's just run through them here. We've got Anthony Trentinelli at 144 and Chance at 150. Both were champions. Talk about those two, and we'll bring those guys up here shortly. But obviously Anthony, as we talked last week on the pod, just started wrestling, went into that sectional tournament with literally a 0-0 record, and then Chance repeating again as a state qualifier. Just talk about those two for us.
Yeah, first with Anthony, it was impressive him coming in, sectional champ, wrestling a couple top state-ranked kids, and then comes into districts with a very heavy weight class. It was stacked, and having to wrestle 2 or 3 more top 10 state-ranked kids and succeeding. Getting past that semifinal match, it was a dangerous wrestler. He had a lot of confidence going into the finals, which I think everybody would agree would be a better wrestler, and he took it to him, which was awesome.
Yeah.
He ended up winning it.
Yeah.
As for Chance in the semis had a kid that was like 50-something and 0, undefeated from West Branch.
West Branch, yeah.
And he went in there. It was right after Anthony's match, so there was lots of excitement and when he qualified, and he came on the mat and continued the excitement. We have a wonderful cheering crowd, people that follow us, old alum and things like that who follow the team, and they you hear them in the crowd cheering the kids on, and I think the kids really, they feel it and they perform. And then Chance in the finals just, took care of things. He hasn't had too many full matches, all tournament sectionals and districts where he's really dominant.
And then let's flip it to the other side with the other two qualifiers at 157 with Antonius and with Trent up in the heavyweight.
Yeah, this is nice to see Tony make it again. Last year he didn't quite make it, so I know a big goal was to get back, and he did, which is great. And then for Trent has big goals as well. He had a big dude in the finals. He went for it, and it just didn't work out, and he lost. But he has a great attitude about it, and he's one of those kids that he's like in the zone when he's competing, and he's like a competitor. Once that match is over, he lightens up, and he knows it's just wrestling. There's bigger things in life, and he's back to good old Trent.
And for you, obviously seeing this group and this senior class that you have, the three of them that are going, what has this group meant to you in the program?
They meant a lot. They've been with us since youth, and I've worked up with them since middle school and all the way up to high school. So, being with these guys for all these years, it's not like I inherited them.
Right.
So it's nice to kind of work up with these guys and seeing all that hard work paying off, and seeing all the things you preach to them in youth. You work hard, this and that, and they do it, and now they're reaping the benefits of that, which is really nice.
Well, I think too the thing that makes me most proud is these guys are all homegrown guys.
Yeah.
Like you said, you didn't inherit them, you didn't recruit them. You've been working with them. Our wrestling program at the youth level is amazing. It's fantastic. It's why we're able to have success. It's why we're able to have state qualifiers year in and year out and have had state champions throughout the years. And it starts at that young level. Just talk about what that that youth program means. Obviously, like you said, when I started here, you were starting off in the Mighty Might program, and just even from a girl's perspective, Coach, you can jump into just what our youth program means to the success of Perry Wrestling.
Yeah, down at the youth, Nick Mann is doing a tremendous job. Him with all of his assistants, Maria Rusnak, and all the group down there. They do a great job, and it's like you want consistency in your program from the bottom top, and everybody to agree and communicate. And these guys have been doing the same moves since they were 5 years old.
Right.
And they might say, oh, man, this is getting boring, but this works. So it's they're perfect at the high percentage technique, and that's kind of the way we've done things. And just what I think, it's the consistency. It's from one level to the next is seamless, as well as the coaching staff. I try to get down there when I can. It's hard, but being involved with the middle school as much as I can, and then those coaches also are involved with the high school. So you're all one big family, and wrestling's a niche sport, sort of. Yeah. So we're all kind of weird in that way, it's a good family. Everybody gets along. It's a good culture, and we're happy to be part of it.
Awesome.
And for you, Coach, for the on the girls' side, seeing it at the youth level, how is that that relationship and getting more girls involved?
Well, it helps that Nick Mann has 6 daughters.
There's
So,
6 right there, yeah.
He's definitely, we have the right man at the helm to help get the girls program going. He has a vested interest in that, and but he's, like Mr. Trentinelli said, he brings a good energy to the youth. He enjoys doing that. He enjoys developing kids, and it's difficult to find the right person for that job. And I think that he does a fabulous job and bringing the kids along and keeping the girls encouraged. Right now, our girls in the youth are competing against boys, and sometimes that's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't a lot of successes for the girls, and so it's keeping their energy level, keeping them inspired to keep going, and letting them see our middle school and high school girls program that, hey, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. You guys are putting in a lot of hard work now, but it's going to pay off if you stick with it. And once you get to those upper levels and you're competing against girls, it's going to be so much easier, and Abby and Gigi can attest to that. They started out wrestling with the boys mm-hmm. and competing against boys, and I think that's what has given them so much success in wrestling just girls now, is they're so much stronger, and they know, hey, if I can beat a boy, I can beat a girl too.
Yeah.
And it makes them stronger and tougher. And I think that, having everybody in the room together, from our youth all the way through our high school, the boys and the girls all practice together. Mm-hmm. And I think that it makes it wonderful. It's also good because, we're a small school, so you have to have practice partners. And sometimes you're going to have somebody your size who is a boy or is a girl, and, your job is to make each other better. And, that's where I think it works really good in our program, is everybody develops side by side.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, again, hats off to Coach Mann and everybody at our youth and middle school level, as they've sort of gotten all of our wrestlers ready to go here, and we're going to sort of reap the benefits of that this weekend down at the state tournament. Congratulations to both of you on a great year.
Appreciate it.
And best of luck this weekend. All right. We'll bring up the wrestlers here. We'll go 2 at a time. We'll just go in weight class order. So give me Anthony and Chance. Come on up. Again, just like the girls, you guys get your food, but after this weekend, right?
Looking forward to it.
There you go. I know you guys are. You always do. Let's just start there. What is the first thing that you're going to eat when you can eat on hopefully Sunday night?
For me, we talked about it last week.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
nice burger.
The
But,
burger.
you know, while we're in Columbus, we always do a big sushi night. And
Okay.
I'm also really looking forward to that.
All right. Chance, what are you going to eat?
No, I'll probably go with a big burger after
Big
wrestling,
burger
yeah.
as well. Big cheeseburger. All right, guys. Well, hey, congratulations on a fantastic district tournament. You guys led the way as champions to allow us to win what we believe. We're still looking back in the history books here. Our first Division II district championship as a team. So that says a ton. But just take us through, Anthony. We'll start with you. Take us through your day at districts. Obviously, you get to the semifinals, and then that's the go-to match. So if you don't know, like if you win the semifinal match, you're guaranteed to go. If you lose, it's still up in the air whether you go. So the emotion of it all, winning that match, what did that mean to you?
It really meant everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I was really nervous going into that match, as I feel like a lot of people would, but
Sure.
really more than usual. But I stepped on the line, whistle blew, and then it was just go time from there. And, you know, I got it done, and it was amazing.
And for you, Chance, the same thing. Like once you get going, is it the same? The mindset of just you know what, I'm going to wrestle my game and see what happens.
Yeah, pretty much. Like before the match, you might have those like pre-match nerves, but as soon as you get on the mat, it's really just time to focus and go to it.
So does that give you more of an edge? So you wrestled a kid, I think he was like 48-0 or whatever he was. He hadn't lost yet this year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Does that give you a little bit of like, all right, I'm going to be the first guy to beat him? Does that give you a little extra added, or hey, you just want to win and get, because that was the semifinal match for you. You win the match, you're going to Columbus.
To be honest, I wanted to win district, so
Yeah.
I really didn't focus on what his record was
Okay.
until I got told after.
Yeah.
But I knew my goal going into it, I wanted to win districts, so it was really just trying to get the job done.
And Anthony, as you're continuing to work yourself back, did you feel you talked about maybe being a little winded last week? Did you feel better condition this week as you're ramping yourself back up?
Definitely, and I think more than the conditioning, my confidence was there a lot more than it was last week, and I knew like I can compete with these people.
And for you now, for this would be for both of you now getting your chance to go down to state. Chance, you're going again. Anthony, you're going out. What does this mean for the hard work, the you battling back, the hard work you've put in for the last 4 years as being a senior this year, getting that opportunity to wrestle for a state championship?
Honestly, I'm glad it's starting to pay off. Right?
Yeah.
I missed it my freshman year.
Yeah.
Had a tough draw. And then, yeah, I've been putting work in over the summer, nonstop wrestling. So I'm kind of happy that's starting to pay off. And then hopefully we can make something more out of it this weekend.
And then, Anthony, you talked about it last week, playing with house money a little bit. You sort of go in and you're 0-0 in the year, and hey, whatever happens, right? But it's obviously all happening in the best possible way. Do you have that same attitude this weekend with state tournament? Obviously, just like last week, sectionals to districts gets a step or two harder. Districts to state is going to be harder. What's your attitude coming into this weekend?
Just trying to stay confident. I know these kids are good, but we're also there too.
Yeah.
There's a reason we're there too. So there's no other choice but to be confident and believe in what we've been training all year.
Okay, love it.
And Chance, I think when we had you on during soccer season, you talked about getting to that 150 win mark. Are we close to that? Are you close to the goals that you set for yourself at the beginning of the year? Now that you're heading to the states on this weekend.
I was close, and I got hurt midway through the
Okay.
season. So I think if I didn't get hurt, I'd probably be out there after this weekend. So that goal didn't get done. I did get my 100 wins, but
Yeah,
most
right.
of my goals are pretty much accomplished so far.
And we've had obviously a bunch of seniors on. We're in week 26 now. Was there less pressure on you this year? Did you put more pressure on yourself being your senior year and your last go around here to one, get back to states, but also live up to whatever goals and expectations you had for yourself?
I didn't try to put any pressure on me. There was a little bit of pressure. Just I really wanted those goals, and then I think I put a little bit more pressure on me when I got hurt midway through the season. I didn't know how it was going to play out, but I think that time away from the mat really made me want to get back to it even more and work harder in the wrestling room. So I think I'm going in pretty confident. I don't have much pressure on me right now.
All right, guys. Well, hey, congratulations again. Both district champs last week. First place, Anthony at 144. Chance was first place at 150. We're heading into Columbus on a high here, and we're ready to go. I know both of you guys are going to do great this weekend, and you'll certainly make Perry very proud no matter what happens down in Columbus. So congratulations on getting down there, and excited for the weekend. Before we get you out of here, we're not going to ask you guys your questions. Same thing. We polled Coach Trentinelli. Anthony may have an advantage here.
We'll see.
We'll see. But we split them up, so we've got some questions for you guys. We'll have some questions for Antonius and Trent as well. So what would you guys say Coach Trentinelli's favorite movie is?
Boy.
We watched a lot with him.
Well, we've watched a lot of movies with him. Oh my gosh.
It's the one camping one.
Not that one. Not
No.
that one. Not that
Is
one.
this they
Is
are
it- I need to what's the category on this movie?
gangster.
Godfather?
Yeah.
Godfather?
Godfather 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
And I think
Okay.
2 is the one that won the Academy Awards.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
going to
you're
give you
right.
that hint too. I was going to say Academy Award winning, but there you go. Godfather 1 and 2. He didn't answer
didn't
the favorite.
answer,
He
yeah.
didn't. All right. Do you guys think he has a favorite saying? We don't know what it is because he didn't answer the question. Does he have a favorite saying too? He yells sprawl.
Stance and motion.
Stance and motions, probably.
Stance, okay, that's good. We'll see. We'll go back and see if he answers that way. What would he say the best sibling combo in Perry wrestling history would be?
Sibling combo.
It depends if are we talking about fun or are we talking about dominance on the wrestling?
I would say probably the latter. Probably dominance.
Okay.
Okay, so I feel like the Rowans would
Yeah, I
be
would go
Yeah.
Rowans here.
He went Rowans, but he wanted to throw out there that Jordan is the best athlete of the Rowan family. So he threw that in there as a side note. So, favorite, if he could visit anywhere in the world, where would he go?
I'll let you answer first because I feel like I know.
I'm just somewhere warm, probably.
Yeah.
I feel like he wants to go see Italy.
He does. Italy and Sicily. So he keeps
Yeah.
that Godfather
Yeah.
thing. We wrapped it around. We started with the Godfather. We ended up in Sicily, where the movie was shot. But
We got some family down there.
it would be good to go visit some family. So maybe you guys can do that in the off season, gentlemen. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Really proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank
Looking forward to watching you guys here this weekend at Schottenstein Center. Again, clap out Thursday, 2:30, and then these guys are going to get out on their way down to Columbus. So, Antonius and Trent, come on up, gentlemen. There you go. Whoops. Again, Monday. You guys are Sunday night, whatever. What are you guys gonna want to eat first thing Sunday night?
I already started to eat. Like I
Oh,
went.
yeah.
I went and got
Yeah, you don't have, the guy who doesn't have to cut weight, right?
Yeah, he's gonna use that tonight.
Yeah, you're gonna go to Canes tonight. Okay, Antonius, how about you? Actually, were the opposite because you went. I said you didn't wrestle 157 all year. You wrestled 165, so you're in a pretty big cut. What are you gonna eat on Sunday?
I definitely want a steak.
Okay.
I know there's a Jeff Ruby's down there.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, excellent. All right, guys. Well, hey, congratulations. Let's just like the previous 2 years, let's take it through this past weekend. Antonius, we'll start with you. You're a 1 seed coming in. You get upset. It happens. You get upset in round 1. How difficult is it to come back from that? You're a favored to win the match. You get beat. How strong do you have to be to stay with it? Because obviously you're pretty upset. How do you come back all the way to take third? You win the rest of your matches in order to take third. How did that happen? Take us through that whirlwind.
So when I lost that match, I was really disappointed.
Yeah.
Felt like it was a match I could definitely win.
Sure.
But going back 4 straight, I kind of just had to reset my mindset. The one I lost, I think I lost my second one of the day on day 1, so I had all night to recoup
Right.
and get back.
And so you had that evening. You had not 24 hours, 12 to 16 hours to. All right. At least it was laid out in front of you, and you had time to sort of analyze it. All right, this is what I need to do. boom, 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 take care of business, and you're able to do that and head back to state at 157. Quite an accomplishment after that tough day on Friday.
And does your mindset change knowing that if you slip up somewhere, you're going home? Does that change at all? Or do you wrestle a little looser knowing that, you know what, I can just go out and do my game, the pressure's on whoever my opponent is?
Yeah. Well, one thing I've been trying to do this season is just really just let go. Not have too high expectations for myself, because when I put too much pressure on myself, I notice I wrestle worse.
Well, how do you back that off then? Is it mind games you're playing with yourself? Is it music you're listening to? Is it meditation? Like, how do you get yourself into that peaceful mindset?
A mix of music. I pray before every match. So a lot of mental.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think you've heard it. You heard it from Antonius here. We heard it from Brody Hicks on the swim side. Being a senior, he's a multi-state qualifier in Brody, and so he came into this year like, hey, I'm just going to go do my best. I'm not putting the added pressure on. I think that's huge. The switch into mindset. Maybe once you become a senior, you find you've been through the ringer. You've wrestled hundreds of matches in your career, and now we're just going to go let it all sort of whatever happens, and not a laissez-faire or don't care attitude, but not putting that pressure on yourself to say, this is what I have to do, and instead just go and enjoy the ride, enjoy the experience. Because, you guys, this is it. You're both seniors. This is your last run here. Trent, take us through we had a little chuckling going on over there from your championship match. What was the chuckles from? That kid was pretty stacked, right?
Yeah. He was a big kid. We knew he was going to be big. He won it last year at 190 as a freshman, so he's still a young kid. But
I heard he's like 18 though, or something. I don't know if that's
people say what they want to say.
Yeah, okay. He's a sophomore, no matter what. He's a sophomore.
It's not an excuse, no matter what. He's a high schooler.
Yeah.
So, I knew it would be a tough match. It's a learning experience because I know I'll see him again, hopefully in the state finals at state. So, I just got to approach every match differently, and it was just lucky enough I already got that one approach out of the way, so I know how to wrestle him at state.
I like that mindset, and so he is on the opposite side of the bracket of you, down in Columbus. So again, hopefully that's Sunday night. Hopefully it's our last match that we're watching down in Columbus, and it would be fun to get back to that point. How about your mindset going into the tournament? District, your number one seed coming in. Any different? You were here last year. You were a state qualifier. Did you approach anything any different than normal?
Just wrestling. I knew that I'd see that kid in the finals. I knew we were the two best heavyweights there at the whole tournament, so I just knew I had to wrestle my style. And every match has a different style, so it's just feeling it out and just attacking.
And as you're getting ready to head down to states, anything different for you this year? Doing anything different than you did last year to prepare yourself?
It's all the same. It's just a wrestling match, and it's just the name at where you're wrestling at is what's different. So just getting after it's all the motto we got going into it.
And do you lean on these two guys that have been down there before to maybe pick their brain a little bit on what to expect?
Well, I made it my sophomore year.
Oh, that's right.
So I kind of have some of that experience myself, but every year's different. So
yeah. Well, again, just like the girls, they both went last year. I think that sophomore experience that you had will that help? So you're not a senior walking through the tunnel for the first time.
Yeah. It definitely will. I had a lot of nerves.
Yeah.
Sophomore year.
Yeah.
I had the state champ first match.
Right.
So
yeah.
It happens.
Yes, it does. Well, I think you even saw it. Like I referenced it. I think one of these times, the Olympic, the figure skater guy that was supposed to win gold, walking away from it, and obviously did not. And I think he mentioned it that he wished he would have been there to experience. Maybe wouldn't have been the gold medal winner as a 17-year-old, but as a having had the experience of being on Olympic ice would have helped him. And I think that helps all of you guys as you get ready for this weekend for sure. What are you guys going to miss? You're both seniors. when it's over, it's over. It's Sunday is going to come whether we want it to or not. What are you guys going to miss most about high school wrestling or high school sports in general?
For me, definitely the team aspect of it. I plan on wrestling in college,
Okay.
so the sport, I'll still be around for sure, but definitely the team.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll miss much of the wrestling itself, but just being with the guys every
Yeah.
day, the coaches, I mean, they're great guys to be around every day. They make
Yeah.
you want to show up. So,
Sure.
I mean, same with football and baseball, too. It's just we're all close. We've played the sport together since we were young, so
Yeah.
you're just going to miss those guys.
All right, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say,
Gene.
and for both of you guys picked up 100 wins just recently. So what has that meant for both of you guys? Was it a goal that you guys had set out? Did you know you were close? How does that, as you guys approached 100 wins, how did that play out?
Yeah, I mean, it was sweet. It's just another accomplishment you can say you did as a senior. But it's just a testament to how we wrestle and just score points, get wins, and it just shows up.
All right, gentlemen. Well, we'll get you before we get you out of here. We're going to ask you some. How well do you know Coach Trentinelli questions? No pressure here. We'll see if you can get any of these. What is his favorite food?
Hot dog.
Hot
I
dogs.
believe so.
He went with pasta.
Pasta.
Cavatelli to be specific. So, all right. So, Coach Trentinelli, I don't know if you guys knew this. I'm sure Anthony does. He was a wrestler in high school. How many career wins do you think he has?
He probably had. I don't want to throw any shade at him.
It will be. I will say. So I was actually at West Jaga coaching football when Coach Trentinelli was wrestling for the Wolverines back in the day, long time ago, late 90s. All right, so a lot of duels back then, not a lot of tournaments, if that gives you any
I'd say
indication.
he probably had like 30.
Oh boy. 75. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say 70.
Yeah, see?
No,
Antonius
that was
right.
Anthony told me. to say
Okay,
that.
Anthony
I
said.
wasn't just thinking
All right, he probably is not going to watch this, so we don't have to talk about that. So, favorite. I don't know how they're going to get this one. Favorite actor or actress?
I have no clue.
Tom Hanks.
Oh.
Tom Hanks. I won't leave you hanging on that one. You may know this one. Some of his hobbies outside of coaching.
Riding a motorcycle.
That's one. Yes, Antonius. That's one. He gave us two. Antonius, any guesses? Actually, gave us three. He's a busy guy.
I want to say he's a gamer.
Is camping one?
Close.
Making
Boating.
syrup
He makes maple syrup.
with the Schlaus.
Okay. Yeah, tis the season, right? I see the bags hanging off of the trees everywhere. Classic cars, motorcycles, which you got, Trent, and then boating. So, that's Coach Trentinelli right there. And we can add maple syruping to that equation as well. All right, guys. Hey, best of luck this weekend down in Columbus, representing Perry. Make us proud. I know you guys will. Thanks for everybody joining us today on what has turned, Antonius, don't forget your food, on what has turned into our wrestling podcast, sort of in back-to-back weeks, but much credit to our coaches, to our families, and to our wrestlers, and we wish them, again, all the best of luck. We start wrestling Friday around 3 p.m., 2:30, 3 p.m. Friday afternoon. I'll be down there. Stay tuned for updates on our Twitter account. Again, and our clap out, if anybody wants to come out, is Thursday at the end of the school day at 2:30.
Well, that's the part now. All guys and gals that have had experience in the state championship, you get down there and just let it all hang out. Go at it and see if they can bring. With 6 of them, you would hope your odds are pretty good to bring back some hardware here to Perry. And with all these athletes that we've been able to talk to here today, they all seem in the right mindset.
Yes.
Going in that right direction. Peaking at the right time.
I like the mindset. I think they're all in a good place mentally. I think Coach Trentinelli mentioned it, that they're loose,
Yes.
but focused at the same time. So when they step on the line, they're ready to go. But they're not, like you said, they're not pacing around. There's not a look of worry on their face or what if this or what if that. I think they're mentally all in a good spot, and you know, a lot of them were state placers last year, so I know, and that's why we didn't really want to talk about exact goals, like
Sure.
why I want to come in second or I want to come in fourth or whatever today, and that's sort of on purpose because we just want to go down there. And right now, the bottom line is this: everybody, all 16 wrestlers in each weight class, have a chance at a state championship, and that's how they're approaching it. So I
Yeah.
love it.
And I think that the biggest thing is just how relaxed. You were just touching on it, like how they are just going with the flow of it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's a state championship. Like, it's not a
Right.
big deal, but everyone, looking on the outside of, how much pressure and how much, that they have on them to go and represent the school and represent their families. And they're,
Yeah.
not that they're ho-hum about it, but
Yeah.
it's just, it's just another business day for them to go out there on the mat and pick up some W's.
It is, and then we'll update everybody next week on week 27 of Walk the Plank as to how things went down there. But obviously, again, follow along with us on our Twitter. The OHSA does actually a very nice job of keeping it's almost instantaneous. So if you're not an X or a Twitter person, you can log on to Track Wrestling and you can follow the tournament along that way, and things get updated pretty darn quick.
Yeah, and that's the part now. This is the last winter sport going here
Yes.
at Perry. So to support and represent these 6 athletes, it's going to be huge this weekend, and it all leads into getting that state championship, moving on to your next sport for many
Yeah.
of these athletes that were just here. They're on to something else coming up in the spring.
They are, and our spring sports teams are underway. We've been sort of fortunate here this week with some warm weather. Late last week, we were able to get outside and get some of our fields worked on for baseball and softball. Track was able to get out onto the track and get some work in outside, which, on March 6, 7, 8, 9, that doesn't happen all the
Right.
time. There's no guarantees really until we get back from spring break, I always say. So it's, even though it's sort of rainy today, today's Wednesday, it's about noon here. We're getting some rain right now, but still warm. I know we got some cold weather coming, but that's March for you.
And that's the part, the one thing that, as you get winter wrapped up and spring
Yeah.
starting, one big thing I wanted to bring up before we're done is
Yep.
the booster event. You have your big raffle, your auction coming up coming up in April.
Yeah, April 11th. So Saturday, April 11th, it's our annual athletic booster reverse raffle. So we sell 200 tickets to the event. $65 per ticket gets you dinner, drinks for the evening, a chance at the grand prize of $2,000. And it's really a fun night. It's a great night where you get to see everybody who supports Perry Athletics. That most people obviously have kids involved in one of our programs in 7 through 12. You see a lot of youth people there as well. So it's really a great night to sort of come together and know that all the money that you're spending on sideboards or raffle items or auction items, that it's all going back to the athletes here in Perry local schools. So I want to thank our booster board, for putting it together. Heather Yankee is our president. Matt Craven is our vice president. Mrs. Craven is running the event. So Angela Spring did it for all those years. And now she's taking it on and sort of being the chairperson for the event. Mark Diastolfo is our treasurer, and Wendy Camper is our secretary. So, and Mark's leaving after this year, and so a quick shout out to Mark for he's going to be mad at me because I forgot how many years he's put in. A lot, out of 6-ish years with the boosters, and the treasurer is our most important position because it's the most work. We've got concession stands going on weekly and daily, sometimes in the winter. So hats off to Mark. But with Connor graduating, his kids are going to be out of here, and so is he. But he's been a huge help to me and to the Booster Club overall.
Yeah, and that's what you need. The community come together to make sure that the school and the athletes and the students here succeed.
Yeah.
Not just in athletics, but all around academics as well.
Definitely. And then, so we're wrapping up winter. We've got a couple of, we're just a reminder that hopefully you're tuning in to the podcast to get your updates on all of our winter sports. Obviously, we've been wrestling heavy the last couple of weeks, but if you've tuned in previously, you'll have noticed that we have an athlete of the week every week. We're giving updates every single week on each sport's record and what they did that week, and just things that you would hear typically on our Winter Sports Awards night.
Yeah,
all
right.
of us in the theater sitting there, and each coach talks and they give highlights of their season. So we're not doing that anymore. We don't have one big presentation in the theater. We're doing individual banquets, if you will, or sports awards night. So tonight we have 3 of them. It just happens to work out that way, so that's not just happened. But girls basketball, boys basketball, and cheerleader all this evening. Swim is I believe the week of the 22nd, and then wrestling will be that week too once we get done with this weekend's tournament. So each sport is doing their own, which they've done in the past, and again, we certainly want to try to always promote our kids and our teams, and that's why we're here every week.
Yes.
And we're on week 26 of Walk the Plank. You can go back and listen to all of these on whether it's Amazon or Apple or however you get your podcast. Go take a listen. And we try to get it as in-depth as possible and give you that behind-the-curtain look at each of our teams and our programs.
Yeah, and it's a different variety of kids each and every week. And, even going back to last year, there's very few that double up. You get to this time of year when maybe an individual has their run like we've had here in wrestling, but there's so many multi-sport athletes and so many athletes in general just here at Perry. It's nice to feature and get to know each and every one of them that we can over the weeks that we have here on the podcast, and it's been a great thing over the last 2 years getting to see and learn a little bit more about each of these athletes, and getting to talk to the coaches a little bit too to get their perspective on their rosters and their kids. It has been great.
Yeah, absolutely. I love doing it every week. We appreciate your time that you put into it, and that all the behind the scenes questions that you're asking coaches and kids and trying to do all the research on it. It's incredible, and we love doing it and bringing it to you. Hopefully I know our viewership continues to grow, and hopefully will continue to grow. Another thing that we are using to promote our athletes as well as our brand new website. So it's been in the works. Our goal is to have it at the beginning of the year. I really don't like doing things middle of the year, but we've got a little bit of a break between winter and spring here. So our new website rolled out on March 1st. It's perrypirates.com. If you go to the old website, it's going to shoot you over to the new one anyway. You're going to see, I was on it this morning. We had all of our wrestling stuff in there from this past weekend. So we try to be as current with that as possible. You'll get scores on there. You'll get updates on there. You'll get articles. You'll get pictures. All that kind of stuff on our new website. So please give that a look when you can, and we're going to continue to enhance that and roll out an app actually that goes with it. That'll probably be something that we do over the summer as we prep for fall of 26. You'll be able to go in and sign up for different things that way. So yeah, exciting time, and we're ready to go for Friday. I'm excited to get down to Columbus and root all of our kids on here.
And again, you're going down there, so to follow Mr. Rockwell, you'll have it on Twitter or on X, excuse me, all weekend long as the wrestling starts 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock Friday, and we try to do video. You never know what the internet's going to be like in Schottenstein Center with 16,000 people in there. But I do try to video every match so you can watch. Sometimes it's just pictures, sometimes it's just updates, because we will, with 6, especially on Friday, we'll have multiple, and we got 3 back-to-back weight classes. So you got Anthony at 144, Chance at 150, and Antonius at 157. Then there's a break to Trent, and then there's a break before the girls start. But then the girls are back-to-back weight classes. I can guarantee you we will have people on the mat at the same time. So can't always get 2 matches at once, but we'll get everything updated as best we can and take as much video as we can.
Yeah, so 6 athletes going down there. You heard from them all, and both of the coaches here today. There's another exciting weekend coming up for Perry Sports, and all the action will be on Mr. Rockwell's X account.
All right, so here we go. We'll be back and better than ever for week 27. We'll give our updates on wrestling and look forward to a little spring sports preview next week as well. Thanks for joining us for week 26. Until next week, go Pirates.